everybody. Give me 1 second here. I'm just going through some stuff on my phone here. Alright, cool. I wanted to make sure that the stream was actually showing up for you guys because I had a problem with that early in the day today. Alright, so, ladies and gentlemen, you saw in the first part that we are at the Bluff Championship, and we are on the fourth round, which I gotta say, I'm really enjoying this golf game. We did so you will see I did change the facial hair and everything.
2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, are thrilled to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. It's time to kick off the finale of the Bluff Championship. Luke Elvey here alongside my mate Rich Beam in the booth. It's always delightful to have you with us. Well, Rich, we're into the final round here and our players in contention. What's the focus today?
Never easy going to bed with the lead, and they're out here today. It's probably weighing on them a little bit. I got to say, though, this player has been playing well. That's why they have the lead. So they have to be excited, and they have to like their chances going into this final round.
Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
Looks like this will move to the left-hand side as it goes up the hill.
Oh, it just wasn't.
There's 17 feet remaining to the hole.
He's got this for his par.
So far, so good.
Well hold.
What a putt.
That's a rock-solid par right there.
He's currently sitting in first place. And I don't give the rest of the field much hope today. Our leader is way out in front in this final round. As we head now to the par 5 next.
Ooh.
Could be trouble. Needs to hold the fairway.
He's setting up for his second shot. That one might trickle into the rough.
Just a wee bit.
A chance for a birdie if this goes down. Well, that's an early statement right there.
And not giving the field a chance to breathe whatsoever.
And that'll see him remain in the same spot on the leaderboard. And now teeing off on this par 4 hole.
It is. You got out of bounds all down the right-hand side of this hole. That bunker in the distance on the left is in play. So layup short of that. And second shot goes into a very narrow green. Be aware of that out of bounds lurking to the right. Shots missed out to the right probably won't end up out of bounds, but why take the chance?
Oh, well played. Just putt right on 10 feet. A good one to make.
This for back-to-back birdies.
Oh, what a putt.
That is sending the rest of the field a message right there.
Currently sitting at an impressive 17 under for this event. Looking to ride the momentum after coming off a birdie here with this shot.
The bunker short of the green is not there. It's just there to confuse you a little bit. There is a steep runoff off to the right-hand side that you want no part of. Anything bailing out just a little bit to the left is a great call.
Oh, wouldn't that have been nice? A par putt on the table. And that putt will drop. Well done.
I mean,
holding steady in first place after that one.
We've been playing
to par 4, the 5th hole.
This is a pretty hard course. Right in the fairway.
That'll work there. Well, here's an unlikely player. A little bit of an underdog, you say?
Yes, but everybody on the PGA Tour can play. He's just an unknown quantity at the moment. I'm excited to watch.
Starting this one way out to the right.
It's just about 3 feet away. So close.
I wasn't paying attention to where I was looking at, huh?
Putting for bogey. In she goes. Let's head to the next. He's currently in first place. This has to be one of the more difficult holes in golf. The long par 4.
That was my fault.
Solo bunker planted out on the right-hand side. Only reachable when the hole is playing downwind. Second shot protected on the left-hand side by some rock outcroppings. This is a really good, fun hole.
All right, Henny. What's he got in front of him here with this putt?
Yeah, he's been prowling around this one. It's 11 foot out.
Look at him just surging ahead at the top of the leaderboard.
Game face on early here, Luke.
Okay, like I said.
Okay, holding steady on the leaderboard after that hole. Here we are at the par 4, 7th hole. Oh, good drive. That one should find the fairway. And Henny, what's he looking at here?
Yeah, he's got roughly 110 to the pin here.
That was special. This putt of about 7 feet to the hole.
This for a birdie run.
And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that hole. It's time for a one-shotter.
Yeah, long par 3. There is a really good place, though, to aim your tee shot, and that's out on the right-hand side. There's a nice little berm out there that can help kick it back to onto the green or close to it. Anything missing out to the left-hand side, you're going to leave yourself below the green with almost a blind second shot in there trying to save par.
And this one is for his par. Currently at minus 18 for the tournament.
We're playing
on the tee of the par 5 9th.
Plenty of room down the left-hand side to find the fairway with your tee shot, and from there it should be go zone. But when you look at this green, it's got runoffs in all directions around it. If you've got any little demons running around in your head telling you that you can't chip it very good, you're not going to like this green.
Oh, I thought that one was going in. A birdie putt awaits. Mark it down. That's birdie number 5.
That's a shame, dude. That would have been a nice
Well,
eagle,
Rich,
too.
that's always a nice way to get going. Out of the gates and in top spot. Impressive.
Could be some trying times indeed. Tough holes lay ahead, but yes, you're in the position that you want to be, ahead of the pack.
Oh, this could find the second cut. That one's found the thick stuff. Oh, no. Oh, my God, Rich. I don't even know who this player is. Look at this performance.
Kind of coming out of nowhere, but that's what makes this game so great, isn't it? Everybody loves a Cinderella story.
And he's down there. You got to read.
This putt's going to break to the right.
Bit too heavy-handed there. Just 9 feet remaining to the hole. That'll hurt the momentum. Just a tiny putt is all that remains. He sits in first position.
That was a hard.
Time to tee off on the 11th. Oh, that's piped. That's heading down the runway.
That was a little bit.
This is his second shot.
He is taking this on.
Yeah, that'll work. That's fine.
Just 4 feet remaining between him and the hole. Gee, that's good playing. 6 birdies in a round. And he's maintained top spot on the leaderboard after that hole. Lovely momentum for this player after that birdie at the last hole. Keep it rolling.
Really hoping they play this one aggressively.
That's heading for the fairway. Second shot here on the 12th. Quality shot, that one. Oh, these are good for the momentum. These ones right on 8 feet.
Looking for another birdie here.
And mark it down. That's birdie number 7 on the scorecard.
Back-to-back birdies moving the right direction there, Luke.
Currently sitting at an impressive 20 under par here. Always positive coming off a birdie. Let's see what happens here.
Need a strong tee shot right here. That outcropping is a gorgeous line from there. You want to hug the right-hand side as best you can, even bringing those rocks into play as missing it down to the left-hand side. bogey will be a number that you'll more than likely put on your card.
An opportunity for a birdie here.
Short game has been especially sharp today, Luke. Very impressive.
Just a short putt remaining here. Now that's got to be frustrating. Hit such a great approach shot in, but wasn't able to convert. And after that hole, sitting now 20 under par. This 14th hole is a par 3.
This is a cool feature because the green runs from right to left, helping a draw, but almost repelling a fade, it seems like. You really got to be smart on your club selection here. And as always, you've got to be mindful of the wind.
Well, a lovely opportunity to save par here. And down it goes. And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that. Here we are at the par 5 15th.
I just can't get enough of how they've used these rock outcroppings on this golf course. They're so well placed, the beauty of them. To me, they got it right, especially here on this par 5. The only danger here once you get close to the green is going to be this deep cavernous bunker out there on the right hand side. But this green is user friendly. Birdies abound.
I like that. Always good when you've got hands like that around the green. And down goes the putt. 21 under par now with just a handful of holes left.
And a nice feeling it must be to have that sizable of a lead coming down the stretch.
He'll like the look at where he's standing on this leaderboard. Welcome to the 16th hole, a par 3.
Just the one lone bunker on the right hand side, but you have to be mindful of this false front short and right. So tee shots are going to favor the left hand side where we have more rock outcroppings. Another delightful design.
He's making this look easy. Keeps surging ahead.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row.
Nice putt.
No movement up or down on the leaderboard for this player. And a par 4 awaits at this next hole. Wow, that was just striped. Second shot here on the 17th. A little off the mark on that approach shot.
Bit too much club there, wasn't it?
This would be a great up and down. Well, that's an impressive little chip.
Great touch.
Right on 4 feet. Should make this one.
A clutch par putt.
So no change on the leaderboard for this player after that hole. Well, what a lovely position to be in. Holding the lead, playing the last. Good luck. Oh, what a shot by our leader.
Man, people usually don't go that far on vacation. What a drive.
Should find the green here. Well, there's a very good reason why he's leading this tournament, and that's Exhibit A. And he can win the event here if he can hold this putt. That's a well-played hole, but in the end, just tap it in for a par. Ladies and gentlemen, they've just won their first ever PGA Tour event. Rich, what do you think's going through their mind right now?
Nothing. They're confused about everything right now. I tell you, you win and you can't believe it just happened. You really just have no idea. You're shocked. It's a great feeling.
Now we started on.
Well, Rich, you know just how excited this player is.
An exciting tournament, an exciting finish. Love it. First victory on the PGA Tour. Congratulations.
Well, another great day of action here at 2K Sports. On behalf of Rich B and the entire hard-working folks and team here, I'm Luke Elvey. We look forward to your company next time. 2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is thrilled to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. The opening round of the Daybreak Classic is on now. Hello everyone, thrilled to have your company this week. I'm Luke Elvey, alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and we've got Henny Koyak and John McCarthy following the action out on the course. It's all set up to be a thrilling day on the course. Standing over his second shot. That's right out of the copybooks. Exquisite. Lining up the birdie putt here. That's disappointing. Just 3 feet to the cup. And that's an opening hole par for this player.
Very nice par indeed. Very solid hole played.
The second at Pinehurst number 2, Rich. Tee it high, let it fly.
It's a big hole. You want to aim it at that waist area down the left-hand side. And from there, your second shot to a green that sits slightly above the fairway. And plenty of runoff areas all around.
Oh, he's going to love this one.
Let's head back to the 9th, where this highlight took place recently.
This is how you do it, 7 days a week.
Let's return to live play now. This one's for birdie.
I didn't line it up.
And just a little bit of clean-up work remaining on this hole. Unable to take advantage of the great approach there, Rich.
Wondering if it was nerves that came into the equation there, being just one off the lead.
And we've arrived now at the 3rd. It's a par 4.
A driver not required, just anything to put your tee shot in the fairway. Second shot will be shortish in length, but again, a green that has runoff areas in all kinds of directions. Still a good birdie opportunity.
This putt is about 10 feet from the hole. Henny, take us through the break on this putt.
I've had a look from both sides. This is a right to lefter.
Putting for a par now. Well, that hole's behind us. More to play. He's currently tied for 3rd. The 4th hole of Pinehurst number 2 is an outstanding and challenging par 4.
A little bit of a shoot type feeling that you have off this tee to a fairway that cambers left to right. Second shot straight back up the hill. You got a little bit of room on the right-hand side that you can use to bank the ball back onto the green. It is a difficult prospect, though.
Lining up from the sand now. Okay, not the best result, but a chance to get up and down.
What a shame. Has hit a lot of greens today, just not on this occasion.
Even for the day. How close was that to going down? 7 feet to the cup.
This is for damage limitation.
Ooh. Down she goes. Let's head to the next. Now 3 strokes back after that hole. The par 5 5th at Pinehurst number 2. One of the signature holes on the course and a real indication of the quality of the architecture.
Yeah, Corin Crenshaw did a fantastic job here. Fairway does camber from right to left. And from there, second shot back up to the hill to a green that tilts from right to left. And oh, do not miss your next shot to the left. Don't do it, because it's just going to keep going and going until it's gone.
Yeah, going for it in 2. Okay. He wants to win.
And this player's really going after it here, Rich.
Using all of his muscles to get that one home in 2.
Okay, John, what's he looking at with this putt?
I think this is right around 32 feet or so to the cup.
Steps up to a putt of about 15 feet in distance. Here we are with a chance to get the first birdie of the day. Whew, had a fair bit of pace on that one. And that's all she wrote. And as we check the standings, our leader has a 1-stroke advantage. The 6th at Pinehurst number 2 is the first par 3 on the property.
Yeah, not too much to this one other than the fact that you've got a minuscule green here and you got a lot of runoff areas into both bunkers, right and left. Difficult to find the surface in one. Par is going to be a good score.
Oh, that one skirted the edge of the hole.
All right.
It's a well-played chip shot there.
Yes, very smooth tempo there on that chip.
And he'll drop to 3 over for the event.
Moving down the leaderboard, Luke, never a good thing.
Left nothing in the tank on that one. That was pummeled. That one just a bit too far offline. Second shot here on the 7th. He didn't look to hit that one quite so flush.
Now from that lie, missing the green was always an option.
That's almost a gimme. Great chip. Okay, so that finishes that hole. Now 4 back after that hole. We've arrived now on the 8th hole, the par 4.
Only the longest hitters are going to be able to find this green in 2, but if they want to keep it on this green, they're going to need a little bit of luck here because this green, no bunker surrounding it, but there are very few flat spots around it. If you want to make birdie, you better have a keen short game.
Playing from around 150 yards here. Currently 4 shots off the pace. Oh, that one's straight at the pipe. Yeah, not a bad shot, that one. Oh, this will be a bonus. Right on 17 feet from here. He's aiming for his first birdie of the day. Oh. And the putt drops, and we're moving on. And as we look at the leaderboard, our player out in front is leading by 1. The 9th hole at Pinehurst number 2 continues to feature a green that has so much going on, whether it's crowned or domed, but there's a lot of slope.
And there's a lot of slopes running into some bad spots, isn't there, Luke? Front, you're going back into the bunker. Long, you're going into a bunker. Try and hit it out to the right-hand side into a little flat, safe zone. Take your 2 putts and go on from there.
The putt drops, and we're moving on. Trailing by 4 strokes.
It would have went.
Golf is a game of confidence, and I like it. Taking the big dog off the tee.
Straightaway par 5, Luke. Most players not able to reach in 2. Second shot, you must lay up to a really good number where you can maximize spin with your wedges in order to control the spin for your 3rd and hopefully get it close and make a birdie.
And he's down there. You got a read?
Right to lefter, up the hill. Can be positive with this one.
Oh, good look at a birdie here. Trailing by a few shots after that hole. On the 12th tee, the par 4. Again, it's not length, it's accuracy.
Most definitely. Fairway does pinch in there just a little bit, so players are going to have to decide whether to take driver or just a fairway metal. Second shot, again, to a green that is raised up above you, floats away on all sides of it, but this is a more realistic birdie opportunity.
I hate the replay.
Well, there's action aplenty all over the course. Let's have a look at this highlight from another player.
There's got to be a way.
And back to the course with the live action. Let's see if we can get this one up and down for par. Didn't that look good for a long time? Putting for par. Henny, what's he facing with this putt?
It's 13 feet out. Unlucky for some.
Damn it.
And this one will be for bogey. And he'll drop to 3 over for the event. The 12th hole, Rich, stop me if you've heard this, a par 4 that ends up with a crowned or domed green.
That's exactly what Pinehurst gives you every single hole, it seems like. A decision must be made off the tee. However, take the driver and hit it past an area or lay it back. However, the second shot is a little bit kinder green, it must be said. Birdie is actually an opportunity.
How close was that to going in? Chance to move up into the top 20 on the leaderboard. A good putt to make here. Ah. 3 feet to go here to the hole. Currently at +3 for the event.
Moving up the leaderboard. I like it.
The 13th hole here at Pinehurst, number 2, Rich. Just another one of these beaut par 4s.
Another one of these par 4s where you got to find the fairway somehow, hit a fiddly little cut with a 3-wood or a driver. Again, second shot back up the hill to a green that is domed shape. You need to make sure that you leave it below the hole here if at all possible. This green gets scary fast.
And so close to the birdie. What a shame. Oh, Rich, is there anything more disappointing setting up what you'd think is a makeable birdie putt, but unfortunately not able to convert? That drive heading straight towards the cut stuff. Playing this one about 130 yards out. 3 behind our leader. Well struck. If he can hold this, he'll move inside the top 10 here.
Starting out to the left here. This is going to come back.
The old hammer hands putt.
Not a bad effort right there from long range. Big breaking putt. He just didn't quite read it right, but it'll be an easy par.
And down it goes. Let's head to the next.
Whatever.
Well, this wonderful finish to Pinehurst number 2 truly starts at 15, the par 3.
Visually, probably the most challenging shot players will see all week long. There's just a wall of grass, and none of it is flat right in front of you. You don't see the flat portion of the green necessarily. You just see the runoff areas, and usually your golf ball is in one of those. This is so difficult from a visual perspective.
Oh my God.
It's just about 3 feet away. Those are the putts that sort out the great players from the good ones. And this next putt here is for a double bogey.
Let's go to our man John on the ground. There's something brewing down there. Let's find out what it is.
Hey guys, I'm down here checking out Tom Kim as he gets set for his next shot here on the 12th.
And unfortunately heading in the wrong direction on the leaderboard after that hole.
Yeah, I'm trying to get there.
Welcome to the par 4 16th hole. Oh, that was pure. Playing this shot from about 210 yards out. Not a bad play, that one. This putt is about 15 feet to the hole.
He's staring down a birdie putt here.
So close. A bit long on that one. Our work here is done. Let's head to the next hole. The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. The penultimate hole at Pinehurst number 2 is an absolutely delightful par 3 with some wonderful history, Rich.
I cannot look at the 17th hole and not think about the shot that Payne Stewart hit in there back in 1999. It was just glorious. And when you stand on that tee on 17, that's the only image that you want to have. Payne Stewart swinging, balancing, finishing it. Oh, it was artistry at its best.
This is a bogey putt coming up. Yeah, well holed. Let's move on.
You're making one bad mistake with another, compounding it, not good.
The closing hole at Pinehurst number 2 works its way back up the hill to that famous clubhouse.
Blind tee shot here for these players. That's the difficulty here. Just pick a spot in the distance and give her a whirl. From there, you actually have an opportunity on a flat-ish kind of green, not nearly as severe as some of the other ones on the golf course. Right-hand side will get a strong workout because that is the most severe. But if you miss it on the left-hand side, you never know. Finish in style with the birdie, why not?
Oh, that is a super way to finish the day. Chipping in for birdie at number 18.
Beautifully judged. Great tempo on this chip.
So now that we've played the course once, that's what it took for me when I did one of the courses. Yeah, it took me a minute to get the one course.
So the opening round in the books, Rich. Impressed with your efforts here in the booth. Thanks for your time.
Same, Luke. Enjoyed the day. Looking forward to tomorrow.
Well, on behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, and Rich B, thanks for tuning in. Catch you tomorrow.
Got plenty of time to come back.
2K Sports and the PGA Tour are thrilled to bring you the exciting season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Time now for the second round of the Daybreak Classic. Luke Elvey and Rich Beam, as always, with you. And as we check on the position of our featured player, it's going to be an interesting day to see what he does here on cut day. At this point, the weekend is certainly not a guarantee.
Currently sitting a couple of strokes inside the cut line, but that is just not comfortable enough for this player. They need to play well.
This would be a great up and down. Ooh, that almost went down. And a par putt awaits him. Well, that's a shame not to par the first. Always hurts.
Not a great start right there, but plenty of holes left in the round.
Now this one looks to be heading down the runway. And time to check out a little Justin Thomas magic here.
These replays are annoying.
Take a look at this long-range effort. Okay, time to return to the action.
I'm so tired of these replays.
Lining up from around 160 yards. Yep, that shot safely on the green. 19 feet to the hole. And our man on the ground, John McCarthy, has been giving us some great reads all day. What's this one doing, mate?
Looking like it's going right to left.
Putting for a par here. That's disappointing.
It's disappointing. It's the fucking hills in this game. Sorry.
Back-to-back bogeys is never nice, but in she goes.
Love how
2 bogeys in a row, never a good sign. Now playing a little defensively.
Stepping up now onto the tee of the par 4 third.
A driver not required, just anything to put your tee shot in the fairway. Second shot will be shortish in length, but again, a green that has runoff areas in all kinds of directions. Still a good birdie opportunity.
Whew. John, give us an update. What's shaking?
Hey guys, I'm down here checking out Max
screw
Homa
you and
as he
your
gets
replays.
set for his next shot here on the 7th.
Okay, let's get back to it, shall we? Good putters will make these right on 5 feet.
A really good look at birdie.
That one went a fair bit distance by the hole. And this player's moving up on the leaderboard after that hole. And now onto the par 4 fourth hole.
Your tee shot through a little bit of shoot there. Fairway cambers from left to right. Next shot, straight back up the hill. You got a little bit of room out to the right-hand side that you can use to bank your golf ball off of and get it back on the green. This is a daunting prospect of a hole.
It's fair to say that that approach didn't hit the mark.
Needed to take a little less club on that approach.
Oh, that one just missed the hole. Here is his fourth. That's a touch of class. Putting for a bogey. Yeah, well holed. Let's move on to the next. We've arrived now at the par 5 fifth hole.
That is right down the sprinkler line.
Well, we're getting more and more used to seeing this, aren't we, Rich? Max Homa once again in the limelight. He's certainly stepped up to the elite level on the tour.
Yeah, it just seems like, you know, it took him a while to get comfortable with the PGA Tour and his surroundings. But now that he's found the winner's circle multiple times, it becomes, you know, old habit to him. It's coming easier and easier, and he's evolving into one of the greats in the game.
And just about 8 feet left to the hole. This would be his first birdie of the day. And gets that putt to drop. Gutsy effort.
Up and down out of the bunker for birdie here, Luke. Job well done.
Time to tee off at the 6th.
Again, runoff areas both left and right into some pretty deep bunkers. Finding the green in regulation is going to be key.
Because every 5 minutes, it's like...
This is his third.
Freaking YouTube.
Okay,
you
let's
can't
get
play a
back to the
freaking
action.
game without freaking replays. No one
This
cares.
would be a great up and down from this spot. Whew. Came close with that chip. Big par saver coming up for this fella. As we move to the next, Nick Taylor leads the tournament. We've arrived now at the 7th and the par 4.
Yes, dog leg from left to right. The longer the hitter, the more of that dog leg they will cut off, reducing the hole in size, which will be helpful because you get to go into this raised green with such a short iron.
Well, it's fair to say that Max Homa is filled with confidence these days, isn't he? And it just seems like he's going to keep adding title after title to his resume.
Yeah, what can you say more about Max? I mean, his game has just continually to evolve year in and year out. And it just seems like with every step that he takes, it's gargantuan for his confidence because he's just a tour-bred winner.
Our current leader is enjoying a one-shot lead. Here we are, hole 8. It's a par 4.
Only the longest hitters are going to be able to find this green in 2, but if they want to keep it on this green, they're going to need a little bit of luck here because this green, no bunkers surrounding it, but there are very few flat spots around it. If you want to make birdie, you better have a keen short game.
And now we head to the 5th, where this great highlight took place. This putt coming up is for birdie. John, have you got a read on this one?
It looks like this one will turn a bit to the left.
Hit a house. Oh, I like the look of that shot there, Beamer. Just 3 feet to the cup. As we move on to the next hole, it's Nick Taylor in top spot. Teeing off here at the 9th hole.
Yes, you got deep bunkers both front and back, and the green tends to chase towards them. Anything out to the right-hand side into a little safe zone is what I would call it. That's the play.
And this putt coming up for his par. Ooh. 13 feet to the cup. Oh, wow. Steady on there. This is a triple bogey attempt here. Henny, you've had the chance to have a look over this one?
Setting up this putt 18 feet from the cup.
Head of house. This putt is 16 feet to the hole. Ooh. In she goes. Let's head to the next.
Well, this is going to be...
Alrighty, Rich. This is crunch time. We're through 9 holes today, and this player's on the wrong side of the cut line.
I don't think they're nervous because they're so far out of it. It would take a miracle for them to make the cut.
Second shot here at the 10th. Yeah, this is the stuff we love. Getting after this par 5 in 2.
2 big hits there, knocking it on this par 5 and 2.
Yeah, just had a little bit too much speed on that putt. John, have you got a good read on this one?
Significant movement right to left on this putt.
An opportunity to make a par here.
Nope. Because this course is fucking dog shit.
Just 10 feet to the cup here. Okay, slow down now. That's enough.
2K needs to learn how to make a freaking golf game with actual freaking courses.
And this putt is for birdie 3 on the scorecard.
This is the most ridiculous
after
course
that
I've ever
effort,
played,
this is
and
how
I've
the
played it
leaderboard
twice
looks.
already. Which means we're going to have
As
to
we
do
move
it
to the
all
next,
over
it's
again
Nick Taylor out in front.
Start the round.
Here we are at the 11th, a par 4.
Your driver not really necessary off this hole. You just need to make sure you find the fairway. From there, you've got 2 bunkers on the left of the green protecting wayward shots and a third back right. This is another solid hole.
Well, take notes, folks. That's how you do it.
Luke, nothing gets past you. Yes, this kid is a stud.
That's horseshit.
Wow, that's misjudged. That was a sensational approach, Rich, but you've got to feel like an opportunity was lost. Welcome to the par 4, 12th hole. It looked like it came out of a cannon. This is his second shot. Ooh, this looks fantastic. Always nice to have a birdie putt. As we move to the next, Nick Taylor leads the tournament. Next up is a par 4. Always a stern test.
Another one of these par 4s where you got to find the fairway somehow, hit a fiddly little cut with a 3-wood or a driver. Again, second shot back up the hill to a green that is domed shape. You need to make sure that you leave it below the hole here if at all possible. This green gets scary fast.
Here's a chance to get up and down from the greenside bunker. How close was that to going in the hole? Great shot. And he needs this to save par. And that putt will drop. Well done. As we move on to the next hole, it's Nick Taylor in top spot. Teeing off now on the 14th hole.
Decisions to be made. Do you take driver and try and fit it around that fairway bunker, or do you take 3-wood and lay it back of it? If you take driver out, you're going to have such an easier second shot. 3-wood, a much longer shot, but there is room to bounce this golf ball into the screen, not as severe on the edges as others.
6 feet remaining to the cup.
This for par.
And as we move to the next, it's Nick Taylor out in front. Hole number 15 is a par 3.
This green is so difficult. It sits above you just enough, and it doesn't look like there's anything there. You're hitting to a wall right in front of you, and all you can see is the golf ball disappearing in every direction other than right in the middle of this green. This is visually probably one of the difficult shots on this course.
Bogey putt coming up here. As we move to the next, Nick Taylor leads the tournament. This hole's a tough 2-shotter, a long par 4. Oh, that is bombed. Playing from around 210 yards here. Well, that one is looking like it's going straight down the pipe. Putting for birdie here. Okay, Henny, what's he looking at with this putt?
Setting up this putt 28 feet from the cup.
Yeah, that's never nice. Putting it off the surface, that hurts. "11 feet left to the hole." Oh, did you see that one fly by? Well, that's disappointing. This putt's for double.
Whatever.
In she goes. Let's head to the next. This 17th hole is a par 3.
People talk about Payne Stewart's winning putt on the 18th hole back in 1999, but the swing that he made on 17 that year is the one that every player should envision when they stand on this tee box. It was beautiful. It was artwork. It was poetry in motion. It's how you should swing the golf club. This is the only image in my mind when I play this beautiful par 3.
Job done. Let's head to the next. Time to take a look at a Tom Kim highlight, shall we? So after that effort, let's take a look at the leaderboard.
Whatever. This course is...
As we move on to the next hole, it's Nick Taylor in top spot. Welcome to the par 4 18th.
Blind tee shot here for these players. That's the difficulty here. Just pick a spot in the distance and give her a whirl. Second shot, up the hill slightly, but do not miss it too far right, or you'll find a low area for your second. Anything missing up to the left-hand side could kick back onto the green, and dare I say, finish with a birdie.
He finishes up with a par at the last.
God.
Well, with that, unfortunately, this person's event is over. Unable to make the cut here today. That's a shame.
Luke, every player faces this at some point in time, even the greats. You miss a cut. It's never a good feeling, but you learn from all the mistakes you made, you move on, and hopefully forget about it or fix the problems before you tee it up next time.
This course is absolutely ridiculous.
Well, on behalf of myself, Rich Beam, and all the hard-working folks at HB Studios, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Let's regroup what we did at this tournament. That last ball, I gotta play that course without being on
2K Sports and the PGA Tour, proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup.
It's Torrey Pines.
We're on the cliffs of La Jolla, California, the famed Torrey Pines venue, and it's our opening round coverage of the Farmers Insurance Open. Hello and welcome. It's great to have your company here on 2K Sports. I'm Luke Elvey, alongside Rich Beam, right here in the booth, and out on the course is Henny Koyak and John McCarthy. And Beamer, certainly set up for a stunner today at Torrey Pines South. What do you think these players face this week from the course?
They face a rude awakening. They haven't played too many golf courses yet this year, but they're going to run into Torrey Pines South, and you're going to figure out exactly how good a shape your golf game is in, because it's ruthless. And if you're not careful, you can go out there and shoot a big number in a hurry. It tests every facet of your game. This golf course is an absolute brute.
Yeah, it's about 14 feet to the hole.
Who doesn't love a birdie putt?
Oh, that one just had a bit too much pace on it. It's time to catch up with Tom Kim. What has the Korean been up to now?
Look at the shot that this player possesses.
So after that effort, this is the current standings on the course. He currently shares 4th position. There are so many stunning golf holes on this entire property. And this third, the par 3 downhill, certainly one of the elite holes on the course.
I like it when they move this tee box up and it's only a wedge, because when they make it a 5-iron or more, this thing gets really difficult. Firm green, actually tilts away from you towards the ocean. This is a really difficult green to find.
And he finds himself in a tie for 3rd. Quite often the hardest hole in golf, a long par 4.
Very picturesque, this 4th hole. Pacific Ocean directly to the golfer's left-hand side. Don't be sucked in by the views, however. You want no part of that. And you certainly don't want any part of that fairway bunker down the right-hand side either. Find the fairway, and you've got a good chance at knocking it on this green in 2. Be wary, though. Anything long and left on this green is no good.
So close. 5 feet coming up to the cup. What about the pace on that one? Time to make a putt here. This one's for double. Nah, that one slides by. That'll hurt.
This dude.
3 feet to go here to the hole. Johnny Mack, what's the news?
Hey guys, we are checking in with Lydia Ko as she gets it set for her next shot here on the 2nd.
So after that effort, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Now 4 back after that hole. There's a real premium on your tee shots here at Torrey Pines South Course. Keeping ball in fairways critical. And that is illustrated also by the par 4 5th.
This fairway cambers from left to right, which helps a fade on this hole. However, don't get too overzealous and pull it, because that fairway bunker down the left, that sees a lot of action. Second shot is a green that pitches back toward you from back to front. That's got a lot of movement over on the left-hand side.
You can't freaking play
and
a
back to the
freaking
play,
game
shall
without
we?
it having replays.
Yeah, it's just about 3 feet away. And the putt drops, and we're moving on. And it's a 1-stroke par far for our leader over the field. Rich, there are a number of strong holes on this outward half, but the par 5 6th, the players are definitely thinking birdie here, but it's all set up by the tee shot.
It's a nice reprieve, this par 5. Just a little bit dogleg from left to right. Keep it shy of those fairway bunkers down the left-hand side, and almost every player will give it a go in 2. This is a 3-tiered green with a low area over on the left-hand side that sees a lot of action.
All right, John, you've been reading them well all day. Take us through this putt.
This one's going to move quite significantly right to left.
That's frustrating. Unfortunate thing to happen, but it can in golf.
This would be a momentum saver here, getting this up and down.
Really?
He's got his 5th shot coming up. Only a few shots off the pace. Putting for bogey here. And as we look at the leaderboard, our player out in front is leading by 1. Over to 7 here at Torrey Pines South, Rich. A great par 4 that requires good positioning off the tee as well.
This fairway slopes pretty good from left to right. Players want to start it out at the fairway bunker down the left-hand side and just hit a gentle fade off of that. Second shot here is to an elevated green. Don't go long whatsoever here. That's when the barranca and the canyons come into play.
Well, what a way to bounce back. Nice putt to hole. Now 3 strokes back after that hole. Now on the tee, fresh off a birdie, a great opportunity to build on that momentum.
This green is not deep. It's wide. It's got a lot of movement from east to west, just not a lot of room north to south. You find the right section of this green, you could find yourself a nice little deuce.
The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. The final hole on the outward half is a par 5, runs right against the boundary fence, and it requires 2 big shots.
2 long straight shots required if you want to find this par 5 and 2. If you don't, a nice little layup. Give yourself a good number for a 3rd shot. There is a nice little shelf there. If it pins up top left, watch the spin down on the right-hand side. Watch it go in the hole maybe.
And this putt to move into a tie for 1st place. Mark it down. That's birdie number 5. And that will take him now to 1 under for the event.
Always like to see your name moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
Well, with a pocket full of FedEx Cup points over the last half a dozen starts or so, this player certainly has been delivering consistent results and pushing for wins or winning, Rich. Do you expect that to continue here this week?
We've seen this player time and time again contend for tournaments, and it is no surprise to see him doing it once again this week. It is so fun watching this player. They're in top form.
That putt went a bit long there. Oh, a 5-footer. It's amazing how tour pros hold these. Overcooked that one. And down it goes. Just one off the lead after that hole. There aren't too many easy holes here at Torrey Pines South, but the course certainly gets tougher as we head to the par 3 11th.
Oh, this is just a mean little par 3, isn't it? Not a big target up there green-wise. You got deep bunkers right and left. You got a 2-tier green. It's a fun, good-looking par 3. That's really hard.
He finds himself tied for 6th. This hole here is a par 4.
This 12th hole is probably one of the toughest tee shots players will face out here. They know they have to hit a good tee shot, a long tee shot, to have any chance or hope of making birdie here. You miss it a little bit out to the right. The rough over there is horrific. If you do find the fairway, though, you got a green that tilts from back right to front left, making the second shot so much more imperative to not get it above the hole. Second shot, leave below the hole at all costs.
13 is a really cool par 5, the first of 2 in the inward 6 holes here, but you've got to nail your drive if you want to get there in 2.
This is one of the most interesting par 5s you'll ever play. If you hit a good tee shot, find the fairway, and you have the opportunity to reach, then happy days. But if you don't find the fairway or can't reach, now you've got to lay up into a low area where you're going to have a third shot that's absolutely blind. This third shot could be one of the most difficult third shots on the PGA Tour, bar none.
Over to 14 we go, a par 4.
And a really good par 4 once again. Dogleg from right to left. Those bunkers on the left, you don't want any part of them. And from there, the difficulty is judging the distance with your second shot. This is an infinite edge look from the fairway. So when it pins in the back section of this green, it's nearly impossible to judge the distance. This is a wonderful, wonderful design.
Ugh.
A chance to get to 3 under with this putt. John, have you got a read on this one? What's it going to do?
From here, at least, it looks like this one's going to go to the right as it heads up that hill.
Slow down. This putt is about 8 feet.
Nice little par putt here.
A bit long on that one. That's disappointing.
That's bullshit.
And this one will be for double bogey. Trailing by a stroke after that hole. We stride across the 15th, Rich, and we talk about strong par 4s. This is another one.
As big as 12 was, Luke, this is almost twice the size, if you can imagine it, with a tiny, tiny landing area out there. This is possibly the meanest hole on this golf course. Not hardest, meanest. If you've walked off with par on this hole, job well done, my friend.
Going with the 5-iron here. Okay, that'll end up pin high. This putt for top spot on the leaderboard, or at least a share of it. And that will take him now to 1 under for the event. 16th, the last of the par 3s on this golf course, but it's not an easy one.
A long par 3, especially with multiple tee boxes that can be used. Green is a little bit of boomerang shape, especially back left. That's when things get really tight. But I must say, this is a wonderfully, again, designed par 3 that makes you think an awful lot.
This is a par putt. Currently 1 under for the day. The penultimate hole at Torrey Pines South is not a long par 4, but the danger lurks everywhere.
They moved this fairway to the left alongside the canyon a few years ago, which really enhanced the beauty, but also the fear of this hole. You have to challenge the left-hand side because the bunker down the right is really no good. From there, The green, it tilts from back to front, mostly with a really low section over there on the left-hand side. However, it still is a promising birdie opportunity.
And he's now the solo leader in this event. And the finishing hole here at Torrey Pines South, one of the more famous on the PGA Tour, site of so many of Tiger's wonderful victories. Par 5, you can get there in 2.
You can, but you have to thread your drive in between those 4 fairway bunkers that line the fairway. From there, now you have to think, do I want to take on this flag with the bunkers right, bunkers left, and certainly the water in front? It's a daunting second shot, but if you're brave enough to take it on, then you could reap massive rewards.
I don't know what was going on with some of that.
Well, there you have it, Rich. At the end of the opening round, he finds himself in first place.
Not bad whatsoever, but still just the opening day. Lots of golf left to play. However, it does give you a little boost of confidence going forward, knowing that right now you're at the top of your form, your game is good, and
oh my God, Troy Lee. Leave me alone, dude. I think part of the reason why I didn't do so well in the tournament before was because I wasn't paying attention. I lost focus for a second, and
welcome everyone. It's time to get ready for the gripping season-long pursuit of the FedEx Cup, presented by 2K Sports and the PGA Tour. It's time now for the second round of the Farmers Insurance Open from Torrey Pines. Hi everyone, thanks for joining us. I'm Luke Elvey. Rich, our featured player leads this event, but not by much.
well, they've got the lead, and there is a significant chasing pack, so they can't get too wrapped up in what's going on behind them. They've got to kind of keep their nose out front. They got to keep pushing along and play the golf course. Don't think about who's chasing you down. Just think about playing the golf course. But if you do find themselves falling back a little bit, then they need to go ahead and start making a little bit different push, maybe come up with a different game plan. But right now, out in front, they just kind of have to play the golf course right now and keep that in their sights.
Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
An uphill left to righter.
That one raced by. Bit of work coming back. Big putt for par coming up. Ooh. Pretty straightforward 4-footer coming up here. And that was a bogey by our leader. So the rest of the field feeling a little opportunity here to close the gap. Stepping onto the par 3 third.
I like it when they move this tee box up and it's only a wedge, because when they make it a 5-iron or more, this thing gets really difficult. Firm green, actually tilts away from you towards the ocean. This is a really difficult green to find.
After a quick look at the leaderboard, our featured player is on top with Rory McIlroy in second. Is this one releasing out too far? Okay, this one's going to probably just catch the first cut, I think. Well, it's time to head back down to the fairways. John, what's up, mate?
I hate
Hello
these
up
replays.
there. We are checking
off.
in down here with Lydia Ko as she gets set for her next shot here on the second.
The lines aren't too bad here in the first cut of rough. He's hit that one well. Will it get there? What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
This is a 12-footer here.
Pretty good chance here. This one's for par. And down it goes. Let's head to the next. And as we check the standings, our featured player is ahead by 3. Let's go to hole number 5. And it's a par 4.
This is a difficult driving hole. Big, deep bunkers left and right that must be avoided. From there, the second shot plays a touch downhill green that tilts pretty good from left to right and back to front. It's a strong par 4.
That's very impressive.
Oh, that settles the nerves right there. Great stuff.
Leading by 4 strokes after that one. Looking to ride the momentum after coming off a birdie here with this shot.
It's a nice reprieve, this par 5. Just a little bit dogleg from left to right. Keep it shy of those fairway bunkers down the left-hand side, and almost every player will give it a go in 2.
This is a three-tiered green with a low area over on the left-hand side that sees a lot of action.
Yeah, that one will play. This one is a fair distance here. And he's down there. You got a read?
I don't know that you can give this enough break off the left-hand side. Woo.
A 7-footer right here.
This for a birdie.
Ooh. Oh, that just kills you. 3 putting for par. This is Brooke Henderson. So after that effort, this is what the leaderboard looks like. And as we move on to the next, our featured player leads by 4. We've now arrived at the par 4 7th.
Lovely tee shot here. Just take it out those bunkers on the left-hand side and hit yourself a little baby fade. From there, you've got a green that sits above you slightly. And also chases away from you just a little bit, believe it or not. This is a really good, strong par 4. Par is a great score.
Putting for birdie. Nice one. 4th birdie of the day. Our featured player leads by 5 strokes as we head to the next hole. We've arrived now at the par 3/8.
This green is not deep. It's wide. It's got a lot of movement from east to west, just not a lot of room north to south. You find the right section of this green, you could find yourself a nice little deuce.
You know, Luke Donald once made all 400+ attempts inside 3 feet on the PGA Tour. He's leading by 5 shots as we head to the next hole. This hole is a long par 5.
Look, it's just a straight par 5, 615 yards. You got to hit a straight tee shot, a straight second shot, and hopefully hit a straight third shot. It can get challenging when they put the pin on the top left tier. That's when you can put a little too much spin on it and have it come chasing down to the front part of the green. That's no good.
Yeah, not easy coming out the sand, but this is looking good.
Always nice when you can just go ahead and tap one in for birdie. Just building upon his advantage, he keeps making the important plays. As we head to the next, it's a big 6-stroke advantage for our leader. Here we are at the 10th, a par 4.
Fairway tilts significantly from left to right, so you need to hug the left-hand side. From there, uphill second shot to an overhanging lie from left to right. This is a difficult par 4 to get the distance control spot on.
And he's managed to find the green, but midway from the flag. Have to rely on a good putter here. Now to Roseng. Scorecard filled with 3s never hurts. Good putt to make this. Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
The perfect leave. Uphill, right to left.
Just 3 feet to the cup. Down she goes. Let's head to the next. As we check the standings, it's a massive 6-stroke advantage for our leader. Unable to find the green on this one.
Airmailed the green with that approach.
Oh, wouldn't that have been nice? Par putt coming up here. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Setting up this putt 21 feet from the cup.
3 feet to go here to the hole. Well, that's providing some hope to the rest of the field as our leader stumbles with a bogey. Let's take a look at Roseng, shall we? And after that effort, this is how the field is shaping up. He's got a solid 6-stroke advantage on the field as we move over to the next. We've arrived at a par 4 hole.
This is about as tough a hole as you're going to find anywhere on the planet. Prevailing wind coming right back into the players. You just have to step up and hit a solid tee shot to find the fairway. From there, you're going in with a mid to long iron, sometimes even a hybrid to a green that sits just above you. Not a ton of movement, but enough from back right to front left to make you think.
This player's dialed in. What a shot. Always nice to hold those for birdie. Our current leader is enjoying a 7-stroke advantage. Hole number 13 is a par 5.
It's a very interesting hole. You know, miss those bunkers, put yourself in the fairway, but you've got this ravine that you have to hit over. It's a grass ravine, thankfully, so if you miss the fairway, you can lay up there. But going for this green, if you come up a little shy, you could find one of these 4 or 5 bunkers, both left and right, and then you've got a nearly impossible up and down from there. And again, a green that's got a section on the left and a section on the right. Very rarely did it put the pin in the middle. But boy, I'd tell you what, this is a really good, fun par 5 that you can make anywhere from 3 to 7.
Fair effort, that. Good birdie.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row. He's feeling it.
Let's see what happens here at the 14th.
Nice tee shot here. A little bit more room to the right than the players really feel like there is. However, that also brings a rough on the right-hand side into play, and you don't want to be there, especially with this green that's set right back against the canyon. It's a difficult second shot, almost an infinite edge pool look, if you will. You really have to bear down and make sure you have a good idea of your distance control on your second shot.
Well, this would be a good one to make. It's for par. Leading by 8 strokes now after that hole. Here we are on the par 4 15th hole.
Why are the straightaway par 4s the hardest ones? We have another one right here. It's just straight away with the drive, nothing fancy about it. You find the fairway and you're left with another long iron second shot. You got a front right bunker that should see plenty of action. The one on the left, though, that's a big no-no spot, as this green does tilt pretty good from back to front.
This putt right on 12 feet to the hole. And he's down there. You got a read?
This is such a tough read. It looks straight all the way, and then it will be right.
In the end, that will be a disappointing par after such a great approach shot. The 16th is a par 3.
This is underrated difficult. The green is big in size, but it plays awfully small because there's really small sections to this green. The front, the back right, and the top left. If you find the right section, job well done. If you don't, it's going to be a difficult 2-putt to say the least.
Our leader is currently enjoying an 8-shot advantage. Welcome to this hole. It's a par 4.
You want to avoid the bunkers on the right, but in doing so, you bring the ravine on the left into play, don't you? Second shot, though, plays slightly uphill. There's 2 distinct sections, the left and the right here. A little bit of a spine that bisects this green. This is a really good, strong par 4. Par is a great score.
He's got a par putt here. Let's see if he can make it. Well, it was a wonderful approach shot, wasn't it? But unfortunately having to settle for par. Rich, why don't we catch up on some of the other action going on around the course? And now we can take a look at how that play affects the leaderboard. And he's holding steady in first place after that one. Here we are on the last, and it's a par 5.
I tell you, this is probably one of the, if you talk about risk reward par 5s on the PGA Tour, this has got to be up near the top of the list. You find the fairway, it's just begging you to go for it. You got the water fronting the green, and you have deep bunkers both right and left. But with the history of this hole, you got to go for it, don't you?
Yeah, good job. This wind is getting up out here.
Sitting at 8 under. Currently leading. And the putt drops for birdie. And Rich, as this round comes to an end, this pro is absolutely dominating the field.
It's been absolutely flawless so far. I cannot wait to see what this player produces tomorrow.
Well, that just about concludes our coverage. On behalf of Rich Beam, I'm Luke Helvey. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. 2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. And what a stunning setting we have for the third round of the Farmers Insurance Open right here in La Jolla, California and Torrey Pines. I'm Luke Elvey. It's lovely to have you back with us. Rich, as this round begins, what are your thoughts on this particular player?
Right now the game plan is working, but they still have to go out there and play off the front foot, play on offense, and not worry about who's chasing them.
Currently at 10 under par overall. Now on the tee after a birdie, fired up and ready for more.
What a drive, look at that.
Time for the second shot here on the second hole. All right, facing a little up and down here to save the par. Wow, that almost went in the hole. Just a tiny putt is all that remains. Currently 10 under for the event. Here we are at the third hole, a par 3.
I like it when they move this tee box up and it's only a wedge, because when they make it a 5-iron or more, this thing gets really difficult. Firm green, actually tilts away from you towards the ocean. This is a really difficult green to find.
Oh, he's up, Tiger. 7 feet to the cup. And this next putt, it's for bogey. Okay, he's holding steady on the leaderboard after that hole. Teeing off here at the 4th.
I love this hole. Just take it out of those bunkers on the right-hand side and hit yourself a nice little baby draw. And from there, you have probably one of the coolest green complexes, I think, on the golf course. Really difficult to make birdie, and actually you're pretty happy making par. But I'm telling you what, sit there and enjoy the beauty of this hole. It's a doozy.
He hasn't managed to birdie this hole this tournament. That's disappointing.
Oh, we're going.
Just a 4-footer remaining.
A good look at par here.
Leading by a potentially insurmountable 11 strokes after that one. Not sure why I said potentially. Now on the tee of the 5th hole, the par 4.
This fairway cambers from left to right, which helps a fade on this hole. However, don't get too overzealous and pull it, because that fairway bunker down the left, that sees a lot of action. Second shot is a green that pitches back towards you from back to front. That's got a lot of movement over on the left-hand side.
How close was that? But now it's getting further away. Our work here is done. Let's head to the next hole. And still in top spot after that hole. Keep it going. The par 5 awaits here, but so does an opportunity. Take full advantage.
It's a nice reprieve, this par 5. Just a little bit dogleg from left to right. Keep it shy of those fairway bunkers down the left-hand side, and almost every player will give it a go in 2. This is a 3-tiered green with a low area over on the left-hand side that sees a lot of action.
This next one from the beach. Time to get the flat stick out now. This one just outside 7 feet to the hole. That went ripping by the hole. A par putt on the table. Ooh, slow down. Well, a disappointing double bogey for our leader there, but that's provided some wonderful opportunities for the chase pack. A chance here to erase the double on the last and focus on hitting a great tee shot.
This fairway slopes pretty good from left to right. Players want to start it out at the fairway bunker down the left-hand side and just hit a gentle fade off of that. Second shot here is to an elevated green. Don't go long whatsoever here. That's when the barranca and the canyons come into play.
Oh, a 9-foot chance here. Oh, just missed the birdie. That's a shame. Unable to take advantage of the great approach there, Rich. Our current leader now enjoying a 9-stroke lead. The 8th hole is a par 3.
This green is not deep. It's wide. It's got a lot of movement from east to west, just not a lot of room north to south. You find the right section of this green, you could find yourself a nice little deuce.
What a shot that was, Rich.
And that'll be the birdie. Yeah, Seve would be envious of this one. What a chip in.
And that will take him to 8 under. Here we are at the final hole on the front 9.
Luke, it's just a straight par 5, 615 yards. You got to hit a straight tee shot, a straight second shot, and hopefully hit a straight third shot. It can get challenging when they put the pin on the top left tier. That's when you can put a little too much spin on it and have it come chasing down to the front part of the green. That's no good.
Maybe going for the green, are we? Oh, I love this type of courage, Rich. Going for it in 2.
Using the big muscles to get it home in 2 there.
Starts off looking good.
Just a short putt remaining here. That's impressive. He just keeps extending his advantage over the field. Back-to-back birdies never hurt, Rich.
Gotta like it. He's feeling it.
Henny, do you have a better look at this lie?
Guys, you know the worst lie you've ever seen? Yeah, time's up by 10. This is nasty.
A chance for a birdie if this goes down. That one skated by the edge of the hole. Good chance this one. Right on 6 feet. Leading by a potentially insurmountable 11 strokes after that one. Not sure why I said potentially. Hole number 11 is a par 3.
And not a big target either. You got deep bunkers both left and right. You got a shelf up there top left. This is just a strong, difficult, lovely, if you like, par 3.
Nice one. 4th birdie of the day. And that'll ensure he remains in first place. This hole is a long par 4.
This 12th hole is probably one of the toughest tee shots players will face out here. They know they have to hit a good tee shot, a long tee shot, to have any chance or hope of making birdie here. You miss it a little bit out to the right. The rough over there is horrific. You do find the fairway, though. You got a green that tilts from back right to front left, making the second shot so much more imperative to not get it above the hole. Second shot, leave below the hole at all costs.
Leading by a potentially insurmountable 11 strokes after that one. Not sure why I said potentially. The par 5, 13th hole.
This is one of the most interesting par 5s you'll ever play. If you hit a good tee shot, find the fairway, and you have the opportunity to reach, then happy days. But if you don't find the fairway or can't reach, now you've got to lay up into a low area where you're going to have a third shot that's absolutely blind. This third shot could be one of the most difficult third shots on the PGA Tour, bar none.
That's on the green, but still a fair way away from the flag. We're now out on the ground. John McCarthy has been giving us some great reads all day. What's this one doing, mate?
Pretty sure this putt should move to the left.
And that was a bogey by our leader, so the rest of the field feeling a little opportunity here to close the gap. We've arrived at the par 4, 14th hole.
Nice tee shot here. A little bit more room to the right than the players really feel like there is. However, that also brings a rough on the right-hand side into play, and you don't want to be there, especially with this green that's set right back against the canyon. It's a difficult second shot, almost an infinite edge pool look, if you will. You really have to bear down and make sure you have a good idea of your distance control on your second shot.
The putt drops, and we're moving on. Our current leader is enjoying a 10-shot lead. Always the toughest hole in the game, a long par 4.
As big as 12 was, Luke, this is almost twice the size, if you can imagine it, with a tiny, tiny landing area out there. This is possibly the meanest hole on this golf course. Not hardest, meanest. If you've walked off with par on this hole, job well done, my friend.
And he needs this to save par. Ooh. Well, that's providing some hope to the rest of the field as our leader stumbles with a bogey. Our current leader now enjoying a 9-stroke lead. This hole is a par 3.
A long par 3, especially with multiple tee boxes that can be used. Green is a little bit of boomerang shape, especially back left. That's when things get really tight. But I must say, this is a wonderfully, again, designed par 3 that makes you think an awful lot.
Here we are at the 17th tee.
They moved this fairway to the left alongside the canyon a few years ago, which really enhanced the beauty, but also the fear of this hole. You have to challenge the left-hand side because the bunker down the right is really no good. From there, the green, it tilts from back to front, mostly with a really low section over there on the left-hand side. However, it still is a promising birdie opportunity.
And now that finds him in first place. The 18th hole is a par 5.
I'd say this is probably one of the, if you talk about risk reward par 5s in the PGA Tour, this has got to be up near the top of the list. You find the fairway, it's just begging you to go for it. You got the water fronting the green, and you have deep bunkers both right and left. But with the history of this hole, you got to go for it, don't you?
That was a little bit too much power. 4 feet to the cup. The putt drops, and this player is finished for the day. Through 54 holes, this wonderful golf continues. Our leader in the clubhouse.
It's been a work of art from my point of view, and I got to say, I hope it continues for one more day.
Well, that was a thrilling day, and on behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, Rich Beam, and all the hard-working folks at 2K Sports, thanks for your company. We look forward to the next time you join us.
We got one more round. Do it. I like Torrey Pines. This is a nice course. I'm gonna play this one 2K23.
2K Sports and the PGA Tour are proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Well, it's that gorgeous meeting of surf and turf here at La Jolla, California. The final round coverage of the Farmers Insurance Open is on now. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam. As always, it's delightful to have you join us. Our featured player currently at 10 under par as we begin the day here on 2K Sports. An opportunity for a birdie here. So close.
It lagged.
This putt's about 4 feet from the hole. That's a shame. Got a little bit too much of that one. And that was a bogey by our leader. So the rest of the field feeling a little opportunity here to close the gap.
Not the way you want to start this round with a bogey.
Good shot there, Beamer. He's setting up for his second shot. Lining up the birdie putt here. Ooh. And just a little bit of clean-up work remaining on this hole. And that'll see him remain in the same spot on the leaderboard. And I don't give the rest of the field much hope today. Our leader is way out in front in this final round. Going with the 7. Well, that'll work there. All right, Henny. What's he got in front of him here with this putt?
Yeah, he's staring down about 12 feet.
That one went by with a bit of speed, didn't it? It's just about 3 feet away. That's 9 under par for the event. Let's go to the 4th. It's a par 4.
Very picturesque, this 4th hole. Pacific Ocean directly to the golfer's left-hand side. Don't be sucked in by the views, however. You want no part of that. And you certainly don't want any part of that fairway bunker down the right-hand side either. Find the fairway, and you've got a good chance of knocking it on this green in 2. Be wary, though. Anything long and left on this green is no good.
Still in the lead now after that hole. Lovely momentum for this player after that birdie at the last hole. Keep it rolling.
This is a difficult driving hole. Big, deep bunkers left and right that must be avoided. From there, the second shot plays a touch downhill green that tilts pretty good from left to right and back to front. It's a strong par 4.
Outstanding approach shot.
Nearly doesn't get any better than that. Amazing shot.
Appears to have overcooked this one. Oh, I don't mind this par putt. Oh, was that a rush of blood?
Yeah, he just didn't quite read enough into that break right there. Hopefully he can knock that one in and just limit the damage by dropping 1 stroke.
Well, an untimely double by our leader, and the rest of the field's eyes have lit up. A chance to bounce back here. The 6th hole is a par 5.
It's a nice reprieve, this par 5. Just a little bit dogleg from left to right. Keep it shy of those fairway bunkers down the left-hand side, and almost every player will give it a go in 2. This is a 3-tiered green with a low area over on the left-hand side that sees a lot of action.
And the players left with an opportunity to get up and down here from the sand. Let's see if we can get this one up and down for par. This putt for par here.
Oh, God, don't fall apart now.
Well, that's providing some hope to the rest of the field as our leader stumbles with a bogey. And it's a big 8-shot advantage for our leader as we head to the next hole. And on the tee now, coming off the bogey. Might have a bit of a sting in the tail, I'd imagine.
Lovely tee shot here. Just take it out those bunkers on the left-hand side and hit yourself a little baby fade. From there, you've got a green that sits above you slightly and also chases away from you just a little bit, believe it or not. This is a really good, strong par 4. Par is a great score.
That's disappointing. Putting for par. That's a disappointing par in the end after such a terrific shot in. He's currently sitting in 1st place. Let's see what happens here at the 8th.
This green is not deep. It's wide. It's got a lot of movement from east to west, just not a lot of room north to south. You find the right section of this green, you could find yourself a nice little deuce.
7 feet to the cup.
Little birdie look in here.
Don't want to state the obvious, Rich, but a little too hard, that one. Now 8 shots in front. Now with the honor on a par 5.
Luke, it's just a straight par 5, 615 yards. You got to hit a straight tee shot, a straight second shot, and hopefully hit a straight third shot. It can get challenging when they put the pin on the top left tier. That's when you can put a little too much spin on it and have it come chasing down to the front part of the green. That's no good.
Well, this person displays the power game in pure fashion there.
Absolutely. Love watching a player be bold and be rewarded for it.
Can he make one from long range? Yeah, that's one of those putts you're happy to walk after. Did everything but go down. And he's done it. He's held it. And that means he extends his lead. There's no doubt about it, Rich. This is an outstanding position to be in.
Absolutely. You dream of being in this position. Ahead by a bunch with just a few holes to go. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the view.
Second shot here on the 10th hole. Didn't quite have the right stuff there.
Distance control not easy when you're coming out of the rough.
And this putt coming up for his par. That's a disappointing miss, especially from that range. Well, a disappointing double bogey for our leader there, but that's provided some wonderful opportunities for the chase pack. On the tee of the par 3 11.
This green from the back tee looks minuscule. There's just not a lot of room on the front of it. Even the back section, which it does get a little bit wider, it still is very small. A massive shelf, top left. If you get it up there, happy days for you. If not, just find the green, 2-putt, make 3, move on.
This putt just 5 feet away from the hole. Our current leader is up by a whopping 7 shots now. The 12th hole is a par 4.
This is about as tough a hole as you're going to find anywhere on the planet. Prevailing wind coming right back into the players. You just have to step up and hit a solid tee shot to find the fairway. From there, you're going in with a mid to long iron, sometimes even a hybrid, to a green that sits just above you. Not a ton of movement, but enough from back right to front left to make you think.
Yeah, well hold. Let's move on to the next. And just checking back in with the standings, and he continues to lead this tournament. Hole number 13 is a par 5.
It's a very interesting hole. You know, miss those bunkers, put yourself in the fairway, but you've got this ravine that you have to hit over. It's a grass ravine, thankfully, so if you miss the fairway, you can lay up there. But going for this green, if you come up a little shy, you could find one of these 4 or 5 bunkers, both left and right, and then you've got a nearly impossible up and down from there. And again, a green that's got a section on the left and a section on the right. Very rarely do they put the pin in the middle. But boy, I'd tell you what, this is a really good, fun par 5 that you can make anywhere from 3 to 7.
All right, that's now going to move him to 7 under for the event. Next up is this par 4 hole.
Nice tee shot here. A little bit more room to the right than the players really feel like there is. However, that also brings a rough on the right-hand side into play, and you don't want to be there, especially with this green that's set right back against the canyon. It's a difficult second shot, almost an infinite edge pool look, if you will. You really have to bear down and make sure you have a good idea of your distance control on your second shot.
Oh, Rich, is there anything more disappointing setting up what you'd think is a makeable birdie putt, but unfortunately not able to convert? Teeing off here at the 15th hole.
Why are the straightaway par 4s the hardest ones? We have another one right here. It's just straight away with the drive, nothing fancy about it. You find the fairway and you're left with another long iron second shot. You got a front right bunker that should see plenty of action. The one on the left, though, that's a big no-no spot, as this green does tilt pretty good from back to front.
Starting this one way out to the left. Watch this break.
And this one is for his par. Just hammered that through the line. And that was a bogey by our leader, so the rest of the field feeling a little opportunity here to close the gap.
Seemingly an insurmountable lead with just 4 to play. Gotta like his position.
Time for the second shot at the 16th. Oh, be the right club today. Oh, how good was that? And that will take him to 7 under. Our current leader now enjoying a 9-stroke lead. Here we are at the 17th, a par 4.
You want to avoid the bunkers on the right, but in doing so, you bring the ravine on the left into play, don't you? Second shot, though, plays slightly uphill. There's 2 distinct sections, the left and the right here. A little bit of a spine that bisects this green. This is a really good, strong par 4. Par is a great score.
Mark it down. That's birdie number 5.
Back-to-back birdies, moving the right direction there, Luke.
Here we are on the last, and it's a par 5.
I tell you, this is probably one of the, if you talk about risk reward par 5s on the PGA Tour, this has got to be up near the top of the list. You find the fairway, it's just begging you to go for it. You got the water fronting the green, and you have deep bunkers both right and left. But with the history of this hole, you got to go for it, don't you?
This putt for him to win the event. Not the end of the world. There's another chance here to close out the victory. And there's your Farmers Insurance Open winner. A victory at Torrey Pines, extra special in anyone's career, Rich.
Hats off to this player for winning this week, grinding out a victory on the very difficult South Golf Course over the weekend.
That is a comprehensive performance, Rich.
Didn't break a sweat on the way to victory lane. I gotta say, I love it. It was so easy and smooth. It was a work of art.
On behalf of Rich Beam and all the hard-working folks at 2K Sports, I'm Luke Elvey. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.
It's time to prepare for the dramatic season-long race for the FedEx Cup, brought to you by 2K Sports and the PGA Tour. From the picturesque Monterey Peninsula, our first-round coverage of the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am is about to begin. Welcome, everyone. I'm Andrew Catalan, joined by Rich Beam and Luke Elvey. Henny Koyak is walking with the feature group today, and John McCarthy is on the course as well. And Rich, the West Coast swing rolls on. We're set up for a great week of action here at historic Pebble Beach.
Yes, we are. The original Bing Crosby clam bake. Celebrity clam bake. Get all of your friends to come up here, have a great week about it. Now it's the AT&T Pebble Beach, but it's the same vibe. You got the best in the game on the golf level, and you got the best in the game, whether it's actors, athletes, people in business. This is a big deal to play in this Pro-Am.
John, what's going on out there?
Hi, Andrew. Down here with Max Homa as he gets set for his next shot here on the 6th.
Well, Rich, not only is Max extremely talented on the course, but everyone seems to love him off the course as well.
The king of Twitter now roasting all the other players in the field this week. What an unbelievable performance. This guy's got it all. His swing is phenomenal. The short game is there, makes the big putts when he needs to. His game all around is as good as anybody's when he's in full flight. It's a lot of fun to watch him play.
He is moving up the leaderboard as we move on to the next hole. This hole is a par 4. This tee shot is looking good so far. Tony Finau is set to play.
This would be a great up and down.
I guess we're getting old because Tony Finau is now a veteran on tour, but he continues to play well week in and week out.
I hate to spoil this, but I've been old for a long time, my friend. Tony is still a very young man. He's just a dynamic player. He's an athlete, and he plays like an athlete. And I think that's the one thing I admire about his game more than anything, is he's physically talented and plays like it. There is no one way that he has to do it. He can figure out a way to get it done each and every day.
That is going to work. Now 2 under par. Nine feet remain. Henny, your green side. What do you see in this putt?
I've given it a good look. I see this one going left at the hole.
And as we head to the next hole, our featured player is up by 1.
The 5th hole, Rich, the first of the par 3s. Much to it?
There is. This green is tiny. It's minuscule. And you have what over to the right-hand side? Oh, yes, the Pacific Ocean. No, thank you. A par 3 here is an excellent score.
Well, let's take a look at what Max Homa can deliver here. 4 strokes off the lead. Just 3 feet to the cup. Nice one. 4th birdie of the day.
Setting the tone early in this round.
And just keeping it in neutral on the leaderboard. The 6th hole here, Rich, at Pebble Beach, is a tale of 2 halves, isn't it? A strong tee shot down the hill towards the ocean, and then the second, the approach shot back up the hill.
There's no doubt about it, Luke. This is just a spectacular par 5. The beauty of it, though, is that you can mess it up in a hurry. This is a very difficult par 5. Don't make any bones about it.
Well, every week there's a certain bunch of players that everyone keeps an eye on. This one seems to be exactly in that company. One of the strong favourites to win, don't you think, Rich?
Luke, absolutely. Week in and week out, this player has consistently performed at the highest level. I got to believe he's a lot of people's favorites to win this tournament.
And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that hole.
Here's a look at the par 3 7th. A fantastic shot here at 7, and now a birdie putt on the way.
Even for the day.
Time to get back to live play. A birdie would look really nice on the scorecard. That one drops. It's the 5th birdie of the round. We've reached the 8th hole. It's a par 4. Well, they can't all be good. I'm being told John has more. John, what can you tell us?
Hey guys, we're checking in with Colin Morikawa as he gets set for his next shot here on the second.
This is dicey to say the least.
Yes, this is like a big bowl of spinach salad. It's just gnarly in there.
A putt from 9 feet.
He's got this one for birdie.
Pacing is such an important part of putting. It was off right there. Things are still looking good for our featured player in first place on the leaderboard. The tee shot at number 9.
This is an interesting hole because it wants to make you aim left, but there's a bunker there that you need to avoid. Funny enough, there's a lot more room out to the right than what you can see off the tee. A very strong par 4 to finish the front 9.
That's another green in reg.
Another green in regulation. This is an absolute clinic.
And a good job there as he moves to 6 under par. We begin the second 9 with a par 4. Okay, Henny, what do you see down there?
He's setting up here from about 115 yards.
All right, we can work with that. Let's check in on Tony Finau.
Interested to take a look at this approach shot.
All right, let's get right back out to the action. This is a tricky putt. John, your green side, what do you see in this putt?
Well, this putt starts straight enough, but I'm pretty sure it moves to the right towards the end.
Moving along. Here's a quick look at the leaderboard, and he is up by 3.
Well, Rich, we start to head home, but first we've got to head up the hill on this short par 4 11th.
Thankfully, a breather hole after the last few. This is just a 3-wood. Could be a driver up the hill. Second shot, very short, but beware, this green pitches severely from back to front. Watch the spin on your second shot.
Yeah, the line was pretty good, but the length, that was loose. Oh. A bogey putt awaits. Well, that hole's behind us. More to play. As we check the standings, our leader has a 2-stroke advantage. The first of the back 9 par 3s is the 12th.
And this is a mean one, not gonna lie, it's mean. It's right around 185 yards, but the green, once again, very tiny. You come up short in that deep bunker, you're bound to make a 4.
Let's catch up with the current proceedings. Henny, what's he facing with this putt?
He's got 10 feet here. I think he likes it.
This one's for birdie. Ooh. Pretty straightforward 4-footer coming up here. That was a sensational approach, Rich, but you've got to feel like an opportunity was lost. Rich, let's head to the 13th tee at Pebble Beach, shall we? And what's the decision off the tee?
Aim it right, just shy of those bunkers down the right-hand side, and you've got a mid-iron for your second shot back up the hill. Again, a green that pitches severely from back to front as well as right to left.
Let's take a look at what Tony Finau's up to. There's part of about 6 feet coming up. Ooh. Putting for a par here. Well, it was a wonderful approach shot, wasn't it? But unfortunately having to settle for par. As we head to the 14th, I know the 18th gets all the attention here at Pebble Beach, but this is a strong par 5.
Oh, this is a good one. I love this par 5. Just hit it just down the left-hand side. You can't reach the far bunkers down the left. Lay up with a long iron, maybe a fairway wood. But watch out. This third shot gets awfully tricky.
And here we are with the third shot. Just 4 feet remaining between him and the hole. Well, would have been nice to get the birdie, but a par never hurts. In she goes. Let's head to the next. Xander Schauffele is coming off a birdie at his last hole, and that will take him to 2 strokes behind our leader.
Let's check out the 15th. It's a par 4.
Hitting it anywhere down the left-hand side off the tee will find one of those deep bunkers, so you need to avoid those. Hit it out to the right, which will leave a great second shot into this green.
In this wind, what that says to me is he struck that good.
Looking better.
No change atop the leaderboard after that hole. 16, a par 4. Look how high that grass is.
He's going to need an incredible stroke of luck to get this out with any momentum going forward to get it on the green.
Trying to get to 7 under par with this putt. Okay, John, what do you see with this putt?
It's going to go uphill and to the left. Let's see what happens.
Oh, I thought that was going down. A 3-footer coming up.
Yeah, he's looking at a bogey putt here.
Well, that is how you give the rest of the field some hope. A double bogey on the scorecard. Teeing off here on the 17th hole. Wow, he's going to like that one. This could be a big momentum putt. It's for birdie. Too much power on that stroke. Okay, the putt goes in. Time for the next hole. The 18th and final hole is a par 5.
So much history on this hole. Aim it at the trees right in the center and hope you don't get unlucky and get underneath one of them. From there, it's going to be a layup out to the right and just a short third shot. What a wonderful, wonderful finishing hole.
Good distance remains on this long putt. Well, now still a lot of work to be done. 6 feet to the hole. And a birdie to finish on 18. Here's a look at the leaderboard at the end of round 1, and he finds himself in first place.
They're in a great spot, but no time to get complacent. There's still a lot of golf to play, and they need to continue to make birdies in order to finish ahead.
Well, that's...
Right now we can knock them up, knock them down. This right here will be the last one. And I'm going to be able to, I'm going to try to knock them out. Knock it out quick.
2K Sports and the PGA Tour are thrilled to bring you the dramatic season-long race for the FedEx Cup. We're back for second round action of the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. I'm Andrew Catalan, glad to have you back with us. And Rich, as we get set for this second round, our featured player is at the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, he's out there. He's got the lead. But listen, there's so much golf left to be played in this 72-hole event. Let's see what he can produce.
A par putt coming up. That one drops.
Nice, solid opening hole right there.
As we take a look at the leaderboard, he is the leader, but Jordan Spieth in second place. Let's check in with John. He's got more.
Hey guys, I'm down here checking out Max Homa as he gets set for his next shot here on the 6th.
Let's go down to Henny.
Setting this one up from around 205 yards out.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Savor this. An eagle opportunity. And after that hole, our featured player is in first place. Time for the tee shot on this par 4 hole.
Trying to calm himself down after that eagle's last. Nicely done.
The ball is in the fairway bunker.
It's going to be challenging to replicate the birdie from yesterday.
This one greenside in the rough. Oh, that was so close. Needs this putt to save par. Wow. Just a little work to do for bogey. After that hole, our featured player is in first place. Jordan Spieth right behind in second. And we're on the tee of the par 4 fourth hole.
This hole is so important at this critical time. Go for it, lay it back. How much do you trust your swing?
Okay, time now to get back to live play. Rich, you look at Colin Morikawa and his iron game, he is always locked in.
He's just one of these players that is able to repeat the same motion time after time. It's robotic-like, but it has an artistry to it as well. He really is one of the players that you just want to sit there and watch on the driving range, kind of get mesmerized by exactly how good he really is.
And with that, he drops back to 5 under par for the tournament.
Let's go to the par 3 fifth hole.
Looking to bounce back after that bogey at the last. That wasn't pretty. Hopefully this one is better.
Yeah, nicely played. John, what's the line on this putt?
Well, pretty sure this one's going to go up the hill and to the left.
3 feet to go here to the hole. Okay, let's head to the next. Let's pick up the action at the 9th hole. And after that effort, that's how it looks. And after that hole, this player currently holds top spot on the leaderboard with Xander Schauffele in second. Good shot there. That's a fairway finder for sure. His second shot here. He leads the field by a stroke. Opting for the 6 iron. This putt to get to 7 under the card. And Henny, what's he looking at for this putt?
I've paced it out. It's 43 feet left.
Ah, that's a punish. Nothing worse than putting it off for green. Big putt for par coming up. Xander Schauffele is coming off a birdie, which will take him to within 1 shot of the lead.
Teeing off here on the 7th. There was a game plan there, and that approach was executed nicely. Oh, so close to a birdie. Wow, you hit an approach shot like that and still come away with a par. That is a bummer. And now teeing off on a par 4.
I thought it was going to hang on, but nope.
5 under at the moment. And the mindset now is to get up and down from here. Wow, I thought that was going in. 8 feet remain. Man, that was close. That's a bogey on the scorecard, and you don't want to give the rest of the field any hope. We've got a 2-way tie atop the leaderboard. Our featured player is all square with Xander Schauffele. Ooh, absolutely unleashed it. And Rich, we've seen this before. The player was in a similar area yesterday.
Had a good result here yesterday. Hopefully conjure up some more of those good thoughts.
This putt from 8 feet away. Have not had a birdie all day. That can change right here. Ooh, gonna drop at least 1 here. All right, another bogey. That's 2 in a row.
They're making one bad mistake with another, compounding it, not good.
Now to the 10th hole. It's a par 4.
Trying to bounce back after that bogey at the last.
A lot to like about that one. Henny, what can you tell us about this shot?
And from about 105 yards, the wind was howling, but that didn't matter.
How about this birdie putt? So close. A 3-foot putt.
This for par.
Now let's check in with Tony Finau.
Setting up here with a very long putt.
Okay, as we make our way back to live play, let's take a look at the leaderboard. And after that hole, our featured player in second place, trying to chase down Xander Schauffele.
Oh, that's a high caliber shot. Sitting at -3. Still a fair way away from the hole here. Time to make a long putt. John, have you got a read on this one?
Pretty sure this one's moving to the left.
Putting for a par now. So close.
That's bullshit.
Just a tiny putt is all that remains. Xander Schauffele is leading as we move on to the next hole. This hole is a par 3.
And this is a mean one, not going to lie. It's mean. It's right around 185 yards, but the green, once again, very tiny. You come up short in that deep bunker, you're bound to make a 4.
Just a 4-footer remaining. Don't want to miss it. Could be costly. No movement up or down on the leaderboard for this player. The 13th hole is a par 4. Looks like this one's heading safely for the fairway.
Oh, this is on a fantastic line. Is it the right distance?
And this putt to move into second spot on the leaderboard, or at least a share of it. Xander Schauffele currently in the lead as we head to the next tee. Let's begin the 14th.
Oh, this is a good one. I love this par 5. Just hit it just down the left-hand side. You can't reach the far bunkers down the left. Lay up with a long iron, maybe a fairway wood, but watch out. This third shot gets awfully tricky.
Well, this rough looks to be lush and thick, doesn't it?
That dog will hunt.
Great ball striking. It's a thing of beauty.
It has been fantastic to watch all week long. This player is dialed in.
One wheat bix too many, I think. Unable to take advantage of the great approach there, Rich.
As we move on to the next hole, we want to show you that Xander Schauffele is our leader. Time for the second shot here at 15.
This one is going straight at it.
This putt left for birdie. Here's a look at the updated leaderboard. He is in second place, right behind a major champion in Xander Schauffele. Let's check out the 16th. It's a par 4. That's a tough one to swallow. Tony Finau is set to play.
This is his second shot.
All right, let's get back to the action. This is big trouble.
No, this is like hitting it into a head of cabbage. I mean, it literally is just awful.
Let's see how aggressive it becomes out of the sand. Needs this to drop to save par. Okay, Henny, give us a read here.
From the get-go, this is a big left-to-right breaker.
5 feet to the cup. The man everyone is chasing right now is Xander Schauffele. We have a par 3 on this one. Let's see if 8-iron was the right club. He's got this left for birdie. Henny, what more can you tell us?
This one's 13 feet from the cup.
I think we're lucky that one stopped where it did. We've got a major champion atop the leaderboard. It's Xander Schauffele. The 18th hole is a par 5.
So much history on this hole. Aim it at the trees right in the center and hope you don't get unlucky and get underneath one of them. From there, it's going to be a layup out to the right and just a short third shot. What a wonderful, wonderful finishing hole.
This putt has a length of 15 feet. So close. This putt to move into a share of first place. Not sure if that was a misread, but it comes up short. He finishes with par on 18. So the round is complete. So many highlights to look back on, and at the end of the day, our featured player is in a tie for second. Well, that'll do it for today. For all of us here at 2K Sports, I'm Andrew Catalan. Have a great night.
How many rounds is it? Oh, it was only the second round. Okay, we'll finish this tomorrow.